Well, due to some complications that happened, I was not recording audio for at least 6, 7 minutes in the last video, so I had to redo the whole thing. It didn't miss much except for a huge firefight, as you can see from all the corpses. And I was talking about the importance of not using explosives in a gunfight. I'll go over it real quickly just so you get the gist of it. The AI is a lot smarter than most people give it credit. Which is to say, if you use an explosive in a firefight with someone and they have explosives, they will switch to them. Like if you throw a grenade, they'll start throwing grenades. And it'll just continue going that way. So you want to avoid explosives in combat if you can. I just say if you can. If you can't, then, hey, you gotta go with what you gotta go with. Oh, what do you know? Paste. Like, right there, I was using a gun. Even though this gun is shooting out explosive bullets, it's not considered an explosive weapon. And they will avoid using their explosive, for the most part. If they're packing something that is naturally an explosive, then of course they're going to go straight to it because it's all they have. There's no real reason to come down here. I'm just doing it to get the bonus XP from these cans and the few kills. Ghouls, man, they're like little crack addicts. Plus, I need some 308s. I'm getting my hands on some 308s early. So that when I do my conversion to the 308 for my rifle, I'm going to have plenty of ammo for it. Because those are the three primary ammos I'm packing currently is shotgun shells, 308s. I'll take that. Shotgun shells, 308s, and 45s. The 45s, of course, go to the spray and pray, and the 308s will be going to my Overseer's Guardian. So the bottom floors have been, for the most part, cleared. I think they've been cleared. Let me just double check the floors. Yeah, we're good. It's just the upper floor now, I'm pretty sure. Which isn't hard, it's just those turrets that can really throw people off. Which is why we have the Guardian. Even though we're indoors, a good long-range sniper can help you out every single time. I think that's my target right there. And that should... That ends the conflict. I really don't have to do anything else right now. But I'm going to finish it out by taking out these guys. Because I want that XP. Now, they don't quite know where I am. The one I shot might have an idea. And oh yeah, that's another thing. Fire extinguishers work. So as long as I stick to the shadows and move very quietly, they shouldn't have an idea of where I am. Let's see if we can get a little extra distraction. Okay, I see him now. Now there's a few raiders in here. We're going to try and get them. Want to avoid the spotlight, so we'll take out the spotlight. That might give me away. No, I'm hidden. Alright. So they've somewhat given up the search. That's one thing about survival is, without being able to spot them on the radar, it sort of cripples you if you're used to using it. Like, I'm used to using it. So not being able to use it is a bit crippling. kind of tired of playing hide and seek. I stick with it while it suits me. I think there's another turret. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there he is. I saw him. Alright, now those are blown up. Just go straight across them. I'll switch back to my shotgun. I have no reason to use the spray and pray at this point. That was a bad shot. Some 45s, always useful. The Corvega plant key. This will help me get to most places. Any good armor? Nah, it's all shit. And we'll get our book. Increase our melee damage by 5%. And we're ready to get out of here. Now, after you do this, typically, once you're up here, they'll throw out 2 more. There they are. And I like to light the ground on fire, just for good measure. It's usually between 2 and 4. Where's the other one? Alright, that should be all of them actually. I'm not gonna bother taking the guns because I don't think I have enough space. Nah. And right back here is where that Corvega safe goes. Ooh, plasma grenade. That'll be useful. Which I might just use the stealth boy to get out of here. I'm not gonna take the roof access like they tell me to do, because there's like at least another half of the building. The exterior half has a ton more raiders, and I find it to be stupid just to do that. So instead, I'm gonna take the elevator down, come out a different exit. When it comes to survival, it's not about being a badass, it's about being alive. Head back down to the sewers and get the hell out of here. Yeah. But with the last of the DLC being revealed for Fallout 4, I can actually give a good idea of what I think of the Season Pass now. I wasn't going to talk about it until I had played all the last of the DLC, but with Contraptions already out, the next bit of DLC, the Vault-Tec Workshop DLC dropping in under a week, and Nuka World coming out next month, I feel like I talk about it now and talk about the Season Pass a bit. Now, I got the Season Pass at $30. Of course, I bought the Season Pass right before the price hike came out, and I didn't want to pay $50. You know, it's like, why pay $50 when you could pay $30? So I paid $30 instead of $50, and I must say, for $30, the Season Pass is worth the cash. Okay, let's take these guys out real quick. Yeah, there's the one I don't want to deal with. Got him. Matter of fact, I better go up there. Anyways, getting back to the point. When it comes to it, I didn't want to pay $50, so I paid the $30 and took my chances. And for $30, what I got with the initial Season Pass was, of course, Automatron, the Wasteland Workshop, and Far Harbor. And for $30, it's worth it. I say, for $30, it's worth it. If you paid $50, well, that first half wasn't worth it. But I found Automatron to be quite fun. The mechanics are well worth it. I think the character, the robot creation ability is very much worth the price. The extra armor and extra weapons, although I will admit, I did use the robot armor, the heavy set armor, for a good chunk of time until Far Harbor dropped. But I can see why people were disappointed, because it gave a lackluster story with no no real meat to the DLC. And Wasteland Workshop, everybody hated Wasteland Workshop. I liked it, but I liked it because I liked the workshop. I like using the settlement system. I think it's a terrific system, and it should be really carried on to other games. I think it would go really cool with Skyrim. I could just imagine building my own castles and things like that. So I really like the system. And when it comes to Far Harbor was worth it. I think Far Harbor was worth the $30 ticket just to do it. Because Far Harbor gave me, and it gave everybody, the real DLC that we all expect from Bethesda, a good, hunky, meaty DLC. You know, and that's what it gave us: more weapons, more armor, and a place that you could play in for, I would say, realistically, maybe if you stay there the whole time, a month. You know, it gave you a good month's worth of DLC. And for me, that was cool. A lot of people weren't too happy, but for me, I got my $30 worth. And then they announced at E3, they announced the last of the DLC, which consists of the Contraptions Workshop, which I'll get into eventually. I've touched on it, I've played it, but I don't really have a huge opinion on it. I think the manufacturing system is really cool, it's really interesting, but I don't, it's too soon to tell if it's really ever gonna be worth the money. Because even in survival, it's very hard to get those parts, and since you can't just build it from scratch, you have to have the parts in the manufacturing machines. It kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, they did put in the vacuum hopper so you could pull the items out, but it's kind of dumb. And then we have the Vault DLC, the Vault Tech DLC coming out, which a lot of people are saying, oh well, you know, that's just a mod. You know, you could get that as a mod. And as someone who's actually gotten the mod, I must say I'm looking forward to the DLC, because the mod is broken. It's very broken. When you put in the individual rooms, first off, it's hard. I mean, for someone who likes playing in settlement mode, it's very hard to do the interior of vaults. It's very broken. You'll fall out of rooms and shit like that. I mean, it's broken. And so I'm not going to attack it. Plus, we're going to be able to do experiments on Vault Dwellers, which that should be cool. You know, that'll cater to the psychopaths in all of us. That'll be helpful. And so I'm cool with it. And Nuka World, the more I'm hearing about Nuka World, the more fascinated I am with Nuka World. Because it's an abandoned theme park turned into a raider camp. It's a pre-war theme park. And I love it. Because from what I've seen and what I've heard, this might just be Bethesda's answer to what Disneyland is. This sounds like a Fallout 4, or, you know, Nuka World is the Fallout world's equivalent to Disneyland. Like, oh yeah, this is the murderous place on Earth. And I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to seeing what new things they add in. I know there's a couple new settlements in there. And with a $20 price tag, I think it'll be not as big as Far Harbor, but I would place it maybe as big as something along the lines of Dawnguard as far as new area space goes, or Dragonborn. You know, we might get something roughly the size of the Dragonborn Island. I forget what it's called because I've never done the DLC. I never got to it. Ooh, what are those raiders? Oh shit, synths! I haven't seen synths in a while. Okay, I'm switching my guns now. I love my spray and pray. It takes care of these things very easily. But I'm very pleased to see what they're gonna do with it. It looks really neat. So the season pass, from what I paid, I can say it was worth the cash. It was well. I would say they could have done it better. They really could have, because I feel that there was a better DLC that they could have possibly given us, and instead they gave us 3 packs for the settlement customization, which would alienate most players who don't like it. So you sort of get thrown with this, and oh yeah, you don't like it, you could go kind of screw yourself. I mean, I'm sure Bethesda's not saying you can go screw yourself, but it's it's a good bit for $30. The season pass is worth it. For 50, maybe. I gotta say maybe. I haven't seen Nuka World. Vault Tech is it's up to whoever likes the Vault Tech DLC. So it could go any which way on that one. For me personally, I think for $30, I got my fill of DLC. When it comes to that and mod support, which I love mod support. I love it. Cause I'm a console gamer. I don't play PC. I might switch over to it if they keep upgrading consoles once every 3 to 5 years. Cause I'm not a heavy adopter when it comes to that kind of change. I don't like it, cause I spent over $200-300 on my Xbox One, and now I hear that probably in 2 years I'm gonna have to upgrade. I don't think so. I might just switch to PC. It might cost a little bit more, but hey, at least I'll have something that could last me 5 to 10 years, and if I have to upgrade, I can upgrade. It won't cost as much. But for $30, yeah, it's worth it. $50, that's up to you to decide. I didn't pay that much for it, so it's just extra. Though I will tell you, you are getting a $70 value, which means you're saving roughly $20. Yeah, I took care of them.
No kidding. That's the best piece of news we've had around here for a good long time. So we've been talking. We decided if you came through for us, we'd join up with the Minutemen again. If we want things to get better, we've got to start helping each other. So, we're in. You can count on us if you need help down the line. Thanks again, Fred.
I like this guy's mustache. Very Tom Selleck-y. But yeah, I think for the price point, I wasn't disappointed. I don't think the hardcore Fallout fans were too disappointed. Well, since I couldn't show it with the other one, I'll just do it here, since I want to get a supply line running and I want to build this place up a little better. Because the reason why I build these up is, even if I don't come here, which I probably will now in the survival mode, even though I don't really come here often, it's very important to build these up, because your settlers will get attacked periodically. And it's no problem if you're playing in a normal difficulty, but in survival, you could be halfway across the map. And then you get screwed over because you can't reach them in time. You might lose the settlement altogether, or they might get so pissed at you that they kick you. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Nuka World. We're gonna get a brand new area to explore, which is always fun. Hopefully, we'll be getting a ton of new weapons, just like Far Harbor delivered. New armor. From what I heard, we might be getting the ability to run our own raider camp or raider group, which sounds cool. I look forward to that idea. God, I can't hit these rad roaches to save my life. I can hit a raider from 600 feet, but I can't hit a rad roach. But yeah, I'm that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the ability to run my own raider camp. I'm curious how it's going to play into the main story, because it says you can do this over the course of the Commonwealth, not just the Nuka world. So I'm curious how it's going to change things. Is this going to give the players that really want to play as the bad guys? Is this going to give them that extra that extra oomph to be able to play a really evil character, which was sorely missing from the game? But you know, it would be really cool if that's what this is. This is giving those players who want to be evil that little extra bit to do it. I mean, you could be evil. You could be really jacked up if you want to. I could shoot these people right now and wouldn't give two craps about it, really. I like repopulating these places with new people. But I'm really hoping that that is the case, that we are going to get some substantial DLC with this. I won't send you, I'll send Tom Selleck out on the supply line. Alright, Tom, you're going to be sending a supply line to the Starlight Drive-In. I know I can't really use it right now, but... And you... I'm going to send you to Outpost Zemanja. Now, the reason why I send her there is because I want my supplies. That's connected to everything else, so I can build generators. Getting an extra person here would be great. Well, looks like I don't have enough junk to build another one. I'm hoping somebody else will show up, but just to give you a small insight into how I build up my settlements normally. I actually like the warehouse. The warehouse material is very useful, so I'll use the warehouse stuff right now to build up pretty quick, snazzy looking base. I have plenty of concrete to do it. I'm just using these to cover that bit of crap there. I hate that you can't terraform. But I'm really hoping that with Bethesda's next project, they do carry over the workshop ideas. I'm not saying it should be DLC. I think that the workshop DLC is the equivalency of horse armor in this day and age. I know I'm putting this at an odd place, so I'll put another staircase over here. This should do... that should do fine. You know, it really is the equivalency of horse armor in a Fallout game. But I enjoyed it. I found it pretty cool. And the next bit of news I can sort of get into is I will be able to cover Deus Ex not Human Revolution, though I might do Human Revolution as a video. I might do that as a series. I don't know yet. I'll be able to do Mankind Divided. I'll be able to cover a little bit of Mankind Divided, which I look forward to. I enjoy the Deus Ex series. I find them to be very entertaining. For those of you who don't know what Deus Ex is, it's a little bit like Johnny Mnemonic. Well, it reminds me of Johnny Mnemonic a bit. It's a little bit like Johnny Mnemonic, RoboCop, maybe a hint of Terminator, but not really. It's just a fun series. It's just a fun video game series, and I have not played the original. I played Human Revolution. I loved Human Revolution. I thought it was very cool. I didn't finish it, but from what I got to see, I really did enjoy it. So I'm really kind of hoping I can go back and explore that a little bit more. I was very sort of, I've always been sort of mad that I never did finish it, so I might just touch it up a bit. I wasn't gonna show building too much. I really don't. I know it doesn't make for good video, so I'm just showing a minimum of what I normally do. So you won't be seeing this too often. A little bit of that, yeah. That'll go nicely. Now, there should be a continuing piece for that thing. I'd leave a gap, but a gap looks ugly. And that one's got a beam. And that don't look right. I'll put it there. The idea is when it got hit hard. Now for the roof, I'm going to do it differently because I don't like having to deal with lighting. So I'm going to make it glass. Let's have a ton of glass. And it's not going to be anything too fancy. There we go. And this will be my housing. My little housing project for the new people. Ah, goody, we already got somebody. I'm giving them cots. I'm giving them these, sleeping bags. And the reason why is because there's no reason why they shouldn't... there's no reason why they shouldn't have good beds, but there's no reason why I should give them good beds because they keep sleeping in my good beds. And those are for me. And just... I'll put a few of them here. They take up so much space, though. That's why I don't like using them too much. And just because I know I'm going to need more of these. On average, you really only need 20 beds per settlement. It's very rare that you ever exceed 20. And I'm going to put in some cheapo wood railing. I was kind of hoping that we would get something like glass railing. I think glass would look really cool. This is my inner Minecraft child coming out to play. I love playing Minecraft. I might do 1 or 2 videos on Minecraft, but I will not be doing an entire series on it because Minecraft is one of those games where unless you're playing it and unless you really, really are into it, you don't want to watch it, so I'm not going to bother. I forget, I don't have my good seats. I might have a table though. Let's see what I got in the old table department. Oh, pool table. Yeah, we'll put that in here. Otherwise, it's gonna be like Seinfeld with Frank and Kramer trying to play. There we go. This will do. It's a nice little patio table, if ever I saw one. Though the stools are a bit much. Anyways. Where's the newbie? I'll also have to put in some defenses, but those might be able to wait for a little bit. I'll have to up the water supply as well. Oh, that's nice. Nice and simple. Oh, good, good, good. He's already got work to do. And while I'm at it, I'm going to pick up these tato because I like to make me the vegetable starch.
I need to assign someone to this.
Okay, I gotta put some defenses up now. Let's see what I can build. Can I build some guns? Yes, I can. Now, this is what I do. You don't really have to do this if you don't want to, but I like to build my defenses around the outer edge. And the way I do it is I put guns on the outer edge. That's the gist of it. I just put guns. I don't bother building the support outposts because you might be able to equip someone with some really good shit, but more often than not, they end up getting killed or they end up getting downed, and the AI sucks. So I just put in guns. Put them in on the outer edge. Usually put them around 20 feet apart from each other. Sometimes more, sometimes less. These are the weaker ones, but they get the job done, surprisingly. I saw them take out a whole raider camp, and that just amazed me. So, I actually trust these things a little more. I usually go with the automatic lasers, because those things those are pinpoint accurate. Those are just deadly. I got one more. I've got the corner filled. Yeah, that's perfect. With that high of a defense, it's very rare that somebody's actually going to strike it. So we're ready to keep on trucking. Now, because the new DLC is dropping, which I gotta resupply. Well, not entirely. Not entirely. I know what I'll do. There's a water pump here. I should put some more water pumps in. I don't think I have enough metal though. I also need to get some sleep, so I'll use the good bed. Now, since the latest DLC is about to drop, I'm going to focus this playthrough to getting to that DLC. I hate these timers, they're so annoying. And I wasted that water. I should have just waited till after I slept. But it takes a little longer.